Phil Mickelson is pissed about total dick move by the USGA towards Taylor Gooch. Examining the fairness and transparency of the USGA's recent decision and its implication on Taylor Gooch's career and the role of the governing body in golf. In this video, we'll talk about dick move, in which Phil Mickelson blasts the USGA for making a move that could limit golfers' abilities to compete in the US Open. Golf has lately made news, with the United States Golf Association, USGA, changing a regulation that has jeopardized professional golfer Taylor Gooch's eligibility for the forthcoming US Open competition. Despite qualifying for the PGA TOUR Championship, Gooch's status to play at the Los Angeles Country Club was revoked after he joined a new golf league, LIV. Mickelson's criticism of the USGA has spurred debate over fairness and openness inside the sport's regulating organization. Many debate whether the USGA's latest decision was necessary or appropriate in a sport that cherishes history and standards. In this piece, we'll look at Mickelson's comments and consider how the USGA's decision may affect Gooch's career in the future. Phil Mickelson criticizes the USGA for its dick move. Phil Mickelson is not renowned for holding back his thoughts, and his latest comments over the USGA's decision on Taylor Gooch's eligibility for the US Open are no exception. He questioned the justice and logic of altering a rule retrospectively to disqualify someone who has already qualified for an event. Furthermore, he chastised USGA CEO Mike Whan for making a decision that directly affects Gooch's career. Following Mickelson's remarks, several golfers showed their support for Gooch as well as their unhappiness with the USGA's decision. Hey Mike, what about changing a rule and making it retroactive to exclude someone who has already qualified? How can Taylor Gooch not take that personally? It's a direct attack on him and his career. How does it benefit the USGA or the US Open? It doesn't. Just a dick move. Phil Mickelson, at Phil Mickelson, May 5th, 2023. The most recent USGA judgment has sparked a lot of concerns about the company's position in the golf industry. Many people wonder if the USGA is truly working in the best interests of the sport and its participants. This debate has also been exacerbated by Phil Mickelson, who has blasted the USGA and claimed that they have been colluding with the PGA. It is critical that golf's regulatory framework maintains transparency and impartiality in its decision-making mechanism as the game evolves and changes. Yep, he qualified 9 months ago via Tour Championship. 3 months ago, Whan changed the wording on the qualifying criteria to take it away. Total dick move by Whan. He leads our governing body. Sad, Mickelson said in another tweet. Mickelson claimed earlier this week that the move helped him collude with the PGA. Mike Whan recently changed the wording from qualified to eligible for the Tour Championship, thus taking away Gooch's exemption because he wasn't eligible to play even though he qualified, he tweeted Tuesday. This does not improve the US Open in any way, but it does aid in collusion with the Tour. Mickelson found Whan's rationale to be unsatisfactory. Gooch qualified 9 months ago via Tour Championship, Mickelson said on Friday in a tweet. Whan changed the wording on the qualifying criteria 3 months ago to remove it. Whan made a complete dick move. He is the head of our governing body. Sad. Mickelson, who earned his exemption into the tournament by winning the PGA Championship in 2021, accused the USGA of colluding with the PGA Tour earlier this week. Mike Whan recently changed the wording for the Tour Championship from qualified to eligible, Mickelson tweeted Tuesday. As a result, Gooch's exemption was revoked because he was ineligible to play despite having qualified. This does not improve the US Open in any manner, but it does aid in collusion with the Tour. Even though Gooch has won the previous 2 LIV golf events, the victories do not count for Gooch, who is presently ranked 60th because LIV tournaments are not counted in OWGR player rankings. PGA Championship 2023. Phil Mickelson cleverly uses rules to his advantage at Oak Hill. Phil Mickelson has long been a man obsessed with his golf equipment, and he appears to be even more so this week at the 2023 PGA Championship. You've probably heard of the one-ball rule before. This is a regulation that pro tours frequently implement during tournaments that requires you to utilize the same make and model of golf ball throughout your round. You can swap balls between holes as long as they are the same type. Committees may choose to utilize the one ball rule as an optional condition. If this regulation is in place, you must finish the round with the same brand, manufacturer, and model of golf ball that you began with. This implies that if you begin the round with a Titleist Pro V1, you must finish with a Titleist Pro V1 and may not swap to another brand or model of Titleist golf ball. Tournaments may choose to implement the optional rule at any time. The PGA Tour and the USGA both use this MLR on a regular basis for their tournaments. Before that, it's unclear how different the golf balls are, whether one is softer for shorter holes and the other is longer for longer ones, for example. But Mickelson noted after his round that there is no one ball rule in effect for the PGA this year, something the PGA of America confirmed to Golf Digest, and thus no potential violation of Rule G4. Mickelson is now +4 through 25 holes and in T67 at the time of writing. US Open 2023. Here's everyone who has qualified to compete at Los Angeles Country Club. The fact that Country Club is hosting a major event for the first time adds to the intrigue of the 2023 US Open. The North Course, constructed by George Thomas in 1927 and refurbished by Gil Hance in 2010, will host the USGA's premier men's event June 15th through the 18th for the 53rd time, and the first in the Los Angeles region since Ben Hogan triumphed at Riviera Country Club 75 years ago. The option for any professional or amateur golfer with a handicap index of 1.4 or less to try to qualify for the LACC provides the US Open its special identity. This lists pros that have moved to the LIV Golf League. While they are not permitted to compete on the PGA Tour, these players can compete in the US Open if they have previously won exemptions or can play their way in through the local and final qualifying. Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, and Martin Kaymer as US Open winners in the last 10 years, Phil Mickelson off his 2021 PGA Championship victory, Cameron Smith, 2022 Open Championship, Joaquin Niemann qualifying for the 2022 Tour Championship, Abraham Answer, Patrick Reed, Mito Pereira, and Thomas Pieters off the top 60 in the OWGR. The USGA announced its 24 categories for full exemptions for the event in February. They added 4 additional classifications, including the NCAA DI Men's Individual Title winner, the Latin America Amateur Champion, the 2022 Korn Ferry Tour points leader, and the top 5 players on the FedEx Cup points list who were not already in the championship on May 23rd. What are your thoughts on this matter? Please share your opinions in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, we would appreciate it if you could give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel by clicking the bell icon. This will enable you to be notified as soon as new content is uploaded. Thank you for taking the time to watch. We'll talk to you again in the following video.